You ever get like a kink or a knot in your upper back and traps to the point where you can't even move your neck and you're all stiff for the next few days? Oh, yeah, well, that's me. So, Zoe's a little shy right now, so the reason for today's video is to get back in the swing of things after the 30-day arm challenge and to update you guys on a few things. So starting with my current weight on the bulk. This morning we weighed in at 195 pounds, and lately it's been creeping up to the point where I've seen 200 pounds before going to bed. And I'm not too happy about that. I'm just not ready for all that. It's been a crazy month of constant travels, week after week, bodybuilding show to another, and it's led me to have some fun and indulge on some food and not also be as consistent as I'd like to be on my diet. On top of the fact that we increased our calories recently because we were holding on to about 190 for quite some time, so now I'm fat. Just kidding. But normally the extra added weight is from lack of sleep, stress, water, and high calorie, high sodium foods, and that's why it's important when following any diet plan to immediately jump back on what you were doing before, and you'll notice the weight will start to settle back down or up, depending on what your goals are. This thing is really helping. Let's crank it up a notch. Oh yeah. So, I've been trying to figure out what I wanted to do with this air fryer, and personally, I'm not much of a seller. I like to give things away. It makes me happy. So what better way to host a giveaway of this brand new air fryer right here, but not today though, in my next video. So make sure you guys watch my upcoming bulking video so you know what to do and how to enter. And if you don't have one of these, trust me, this is a game changer. All right, let's get to the fun stuff now. So the reason why I titled this video, "We Need to Talk," is because this has been bothering me for quite some time, and honestly, I'm upset I didn't read the signs because now I've just made it worse. So I recently found out I partially tore my tricep. Now, before you go ahead and say something about the 30-day challenge, if you actually watched it, every day you know that I addressed this problem in the beginning and explained what happened before I modified the exercises. So if you remember, I talked about me catching a fly ball during a kickball tournament and me falling directly on my elbow. Now, while I didn't think much of it besides a potential bruise, it definitely didn't help me abusing my arms every day for 30 days, and it just made the healing process even longer. So now I'm currently just getting it treated 2 to 3 times a week, really focusing on breaking down that scar tissue, but this could take a couple weeks and even a few months. And I'm honestly just hurt about the whole situation because all I can think about is how this may set me back. And mentally, it's just been dragging me down since I can't really see when I'll completely be healed. So I'm just doing everything possible to stay positive and whatever needs to be done to get back to feeling 100% as soon as possible. But like my boy Ron says, look at the bright side, G. It could be worse. And he's right. But for those of you who know me know that stopping isn't an option. I'll always find a way to work around my injuries and use this as an opportunity to work on my weaknesses in the meantime. So my tip to you is this. Anytime you have an injury, always address the problem. Don't ignore it. Find a way to treat it and get help. Don't do anything that makes it worse. And find ways to work around it while it heals. So with all that being said, let's go to the gym. You know, today I was thinking about taking you guys to the new Raw Athletic Club, being that we just had the grand opening recently, but being that it's my arm day and there's nothing fancy about today's workout because my arm is shit right now and it's 30 minutes away, we're going to Revive. Besides, ow, that was too much. I like it there anyways. Hey, Don't tell anyone I said that. So recently for shoulders, I've been doing lots of cable work. So I've actually been hogging this machine. I've been doing lots of rear delt exercises, spamming lateral delt exercises, and even sometimes doing some front delt exercises, which I never do, but because I'm not really pressing anymore, or at least for right now. For example, for chest days, I'm strictly doing flies, so no bench pressing, just flies. And I'm not too upset about it just because I get a crazy pump doing flies, and doing 2 to 3 different exercises of just chest flies and different angles really is getting my chest pumped. So I'm not too upset about that. Still training back, still training legs. But when it comes to the arms, honestly, I'm not even training biceps right now just because I'm still a bit uncomfortable with grabbing or just creating too much tension in the arm. I kind of still feel a little bit of pressure on my tricep, obviously not doing any tricep work. So strictly doing shoulder. So when I can, I'll do more of the full shoulder, and if not, then I'll just keep spamming those side delts in the meantime until I feel a little bit more recovered and I start getting the green light to do a little bit more isometric work or even just regular exercises for my tricep to start developing that strength again. Because just because you're hurt doesn't mean you just completely ignore it. Eventually, once you start to feel better, you always want to be able to work your way back up, put yourself in those ranges that you used to before. And then of course you're gonna have to start kind of from square one, where you bring the weight down and then progressively work your way up until you're back to 100% again. Listen, I know there's nothing fancy about today's workout, but it gets the job done, keeps me going, and most importantly, it keeps me sane. I've been thinking. I really enjoyed the concept of seeing something from start to finish and working towards something because I kind of miss it. And just like I've said before, I think it's important to always have a goal, something to shoot for, something that you can visually see to hold us accountable and even motivate you to keep going. So I think I might challenge myself to do something a little bit different, but outside of fitness, maybe something for personal growth, like reading, because I suck at it. Well, it's not that I suck, I just never actually commit. So I think by holding myself accountable and seeing this, whether it's read 10 pages a day, read a chapter a day, whatever it is, as long as I see it, it's gonna hold me accountable, or maybe even some meditation. I'm not sure, but I'll keep you guys posted on it. But that's it for today, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching, for sticking along, for supporting me throughout my journey on the return to stage and the road to the natural IFBB Pro card. I love you guys. As always, like the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment down below. Let's chat. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay tuned for that air fryer. Love you guys. Peace.